What if the most reliable car you'll ever own costs less than a month's rent? Stay till the end, because the last pick ran 600,000 miles, and the owner never even changed the engine. First up are the compact's taxi drivers literally bid against one another to snag at auction. The car's so stubbornly reliable that mechanics joke they should come with a lifetime vacation card. The Toyota Corolla from 2003 to 2008 is first in line. Under its unassuming hood sits a 1.8-liter timing chain engine that shrugs off 200,000 miles like it's a casual jog. Taxi fleets rave about hitting 300,000 on nothing more than oil, filters, and tires. Repair shop data shows an annual upkeep bill hovering around $360, about what some luxury SUVs charge for a single brake job. Critics once whispered about early oil burn on a tiny batch of engines, but a quick piston ring update ended the chatter, and most owners kept cruising, wallets untouched. Right behind it is the 2006 to 2011 Honda Civic, a car so consistent it feels like it was built in a lab for longevity. The 1.8-liter R18 engine rarely visits a mechanic, statistically just 0.2 unplanned shop trips per year. Plenty of Civics cross 250,000 miles with the original drivetrain still humming, and Honda's extended warranty silenced the rare cracked block rumor years ago. Thanks to a curb weight lighter than many subcompacts, the Civic also sips fuel at 36 miles per gallon highway. In short, it's the set-and-forget daily driver that keeps insurance agents yawning. But bulletproof doesn't have to mean boring, and that's why the Mazda 3, 2004 to 2009, rounds out our opening trio. Mazda slipped a sporty chassis and precise steering into a package that still scores top-tier reliability marks. Whether you pick the 2.0 or 2.3-liter engine, both powerplants routinely crest 150 to 180,000 miles with nothing more exotic than 5W20 oil and a timing chain tensioner every blue moon. Mazda quietly fixed early rust issues by 2007, and the later models resist corrosion almost as well as any Toyota. Combine that resilience with a ride that actually begs for corners, and you've got a rare blend of thrifty and thrilling. 3 cars, 3 different personalities, one unbreakable promise. They'll outlive trends, tech fads, and possibly the roads you're driving on. But maybe you're thinking, give me all this reliability, plus room to stretch out. Good news, the next group trades compact footprints for family-friendly cabins without giving up a single ounce of toughness. The Toyota Camry from 2002 to 2006 is the automotive equivalent of plain oatmeal that somehow cures every ailment. Under its hood sits Toyota's 2.4-liter 2AZ FE, a timing chain 4-cylinder famous for shrugging off 250,000 miles with oil changes and the occasional set of spark plugs. Annual repair bills hover near $388, barely more than a budget cell phone plan. Rumors once circled about light oil seepage on a handful of high-milers, yet owners report a $30 valve cover gasket swap erases the issue for another decade. Between the rock-solid motor, family-sized cabin, and 31 miles per gallon highway, this Camry is the closest thing the used car world has to a forever stamp. Slide over to the 2003 to 2007 Honda Accord and you'll feel a different vibe entirely. It carries Honda's 2.4-liter K-Series engine, timing chain, balance shafts, and a reputation for spinning past 250,000 miles without breaking a sweat. RepairPal data ranks it first out of 24 mid-size sedans for reliability, with typical annual upkeep landing around $400. Drivers rave about a cabin that still feels tight after a decade and a half, and the steering has enough feedback to keep you awake on long commutes. The only caveat? Early V6 versions earned whispers of transmission woes. So stick with the 4-cylinder and you'll own one of the most trouble-free cars ever bolted together. The wild card in this trio is the 2007 to 2012 Nissan Altima, but only if you choose wisely. Skip the CVT automatics. Forums are packed with tales of pricey failures, and grab the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder coupled to a 6-speed manual. That combo transforms the Altima into an overlooked gem, 32 miles per gallon highway, 0 timing belt to change, and a motor that routinely clears 200,000 miles. Parts are plentiful because the same engine lived in everything from the Sentra SER to the Rogue, driving maintenance costs to a modest $410 per year. Owners whisper about occasional door handle sensors conking out, yet the fix is a $20 DIY swap. Hardly a deal-breaker for a sedan that feels sportier than its rivals. 3 sedans, 3 different flavors: Comfort King Camry, Engaging Accord, and Stealth Sporty Altima. Yet every one of them is engineered for the long haul. Ready for cushy leather seats and silent cabins without the gut-punch repair bills? The next section unveils luxury badges that secretly share Toyota-level durability. Imagine gliding down the highway in a full-size sedan so silky you'd swear it rolled out of a Lexus showroom, yet you paid less than you did for your smartphone. That sleeper is the 2002-2005 Toyota Avalon. Built on an extended Camry platform, it uses Toyota's near-mythic 3.0-liter V6, an engine routinely spotted with 250,000 miles on the odometer and nothing more than routine fluid swaps. Owners joke the 4-speed automatic shifts smoother after 200k than some new cars do at 10. Annual upkeep hovers around $460, and parts prices match its humbler Camry cousin because, under the leather and wood trim, that's basically what it is. Reports claim a handful of early cars developed hairline dashboard cracks, but that's cosmetic. Toss on a $40 cover and keep cruising in hush-quiet comfort. If you'd rather wear an actual Lexus badge without funding a German-sized repair bill, lean toward the 2002-2006 Lexus ES 300-330. It shares roughly 70% of its parts with the Camry yet pampers you with buttery leather, whisper-soft insulation, and a Mark Levinson stereo that can drown out rush-hour chaos. The 3.0 or 3.3-liter V6 is so understressed that taxi fleets in Asia routinely approach 300,000 miles before the first major overhaul. RepairPal lists average annual costs just below $470, staggeringly low for a luxury badge. Rumor suggests some owners felt a slight transmission hesitation on cold mornings. Lexus issued an updated software flash, and most never noticed the quirk again. The result is a near-bulletproof salon on wheels that costs less to own than many economy hatchbacks. If you prefer sport sedan reflexes wrapped in premium leather, set your sights on the 2004-2008 Acura TSX. Built on a European Honda Accord chassis, the TSX blends razor-sharp steering with an engine most tuners call over-engineered to survive track days. The 2.4-liter K24A2 spins happily past 7,000 RPM and still crosses 250,000 miles when fed regular 5W30. Annual upkeep averages about $460, thanks to abundant Civic and Accord shared parts. Reports claim a handful of early cars developed power steering whine. A $40 O-ring fixes 90% of cases. Meanwhile, you're getting dual-zone climate, heated leather, and a 360-watt stereo that punches well above its weight. Think of it as the budget BMW that never sends you postcard bills from the shop. 3 nameplates, 3 distinct personalities: Japanese Serenity, Japanese with a badge Prestige, and American Lounge on wheels, all proven to rack up mileage like city taxicabs while coddling you in leather and climate-controlled bliss. Think luxury always drains your wallet? The next set of cars proves even quirky. Box-shaped hatchbacks can haul couches and still outlive their owners. Buckle up, the cargo kings are rolling in next. Picture a car small enough to squeeze into that impossible parallel spot, yet big enough inside to haul a full-size bookcase. That magic trick starts with the 2007-2013 Honda Fit. Under its stubby hood sits a 1.5-liter chain-driven engine that laughs at 200,000 miles. Slide the rear magic seats flat, flip him up, or tumble them forward and, boom, 57 cubic feet of cavern appears. More volume than some crossovers offer. Annual upkeep? About $390, thanks to Civic shared parts. Owners whisper about the odd ignition coil failure around $150K, but a $70 replacement ends the drama and the Fit goes right back to doing circus tricks with your IKEA haul. Maybe you'd rather keep the quirky look but stick with a name everyone knows. Enter the 2007-2011 Toyota Yaris Liftback. Yes, it's tiny on the outside, but drop the 60/40 rear seats and you unlock 25 cubic feet. Plenty for flat pack furniture or a week's camping gear. Under the hood hums Toyota's 1.5-liter 1NZ FE. The same bulletproof motor that taxis in Asia run past 300,000 miles. Real-world owners see 30-plus mpg city and annual repair bills around $350. Cheaper than a single monthly payment on most new cars. A few high-milers can sip a bit of oil. Swap the $10 PCV valve and the issue usually vanishes. With its tight turning circle and park anywhere footprint, the Yaris is a practical city cube that just won't quit. Prefer something that blends in at the supermarket? Meet the 2003 to 2008 Pontiac Vibe, the stealth variant of the Toyota Matrix. Same 1.8-liter Corolla engine, same bulletproof reliability, just wrapped in a badge General Motors never fully appreciated. With the rear seats folded, cargo space stretches to nearly 54 cubic feet, and optional roof rails beg for kayaking weekends. Drivers routinely report 35-plus mpg highway and 250,000-mile odometers. Early 2003 units earned grumbles about a faint transmission whine, but Toyota issued an internal fix. Most examples on the market today are well past that hiccup. Translation: you're getting Toyota longevity for yard sale money, just with a Pontiac logo that confuses casual observers. 3 shapes, 3 personalities, 1 common theme. Astounding practicality that never seems to break. But maybe you're thinking, great, now give me that same ironclad reliability, only higher off the pavement for potholes and snow. Fair enough. The next section straps on a bit of ground clearance and shows why compact SUVs can be both rugged and ridiculously cheap to own. Stay tuned, the workhorse crossovers are up next. First up is the 2001 to 2005 Toyota RAV4, basically a tall Corolla in hiking boots. Pick the later 2.4-liter engine and you're looking at 200,000-mile durability, 25 miles per gallon combined, and annual upkeep that hovers around $410. Early 01 to 02 automatics earned headlines for harsh shifting, but Toyota issued a software reflash and most survivors have long since been updated. The best part? Suspension, brake, and ignition parts cross-reference straight to Camry catalogs, so repairs cost pocket change. Add in available all-wheel drive and suddenly potholes, gravel roads, and sloppy winters become non-events. Next up is the 2005 to 2009 Hyundai Tucson. Proof the Koreans figured out durability long before most buyers noticed. The 2.0-liter Beta 4-cylinder may not win drag races, but it regularly clocks 200,000 miles with little more than oil and filters. Opt for the manual transmission, and you dodge the rare but pricey automatic shift solenoid issue. Average upkeep runs $420 a year, and timing belt service costs half what you'd pay on comparable Japanese SUVs. Owners rave about the standard ESC and 6 airbags. Safety tech many rivals charged extra for back then. Keep an eye on rear caliper slide pins, a $15 DIY lube job, and the Tucson rewards you with 24 miles per gallon combined, generous cargo space, and a cabin that feels tougher than its price tag suggests. Rounding out the trio is the 2005 to 2008 Ford Escape Hybrid, the unsung hero of New York City taxi fleets. Under the hood, a 2.3-liter Atkinson cycle engine partners with Toyota-licensed hybrid guts, delivering 34 miles per gallon city and 30 miles per gallon highway. Figures unheard of for a 4-wheel drive SUV of this era. Taxi data shows many hitting 300,000 miles before the first battery swap, and replacement packs have dropped below $1,500 if you ever need one. Watch for ABS module gremlins, a $150 junkyard fix, and cooling fan relays. But otherwise this Escape lives up to its name, escaping big fuel bills and monster repairs alike. 3 crossovers, 3 proven paths to high mileage freedom, all while giving you those precious extra inches of ride height. But what if winter storms and muddy trails are merely warm-ups for your weekend plans? Coming up, the adventure-ready tanks that devour rocks, snow, and time itself. Stay tuned. First is the Toyota 4Runner, specifically the tail end of the third generation, 1996 to 2002, and the early fourth gen, 2003 to 2004. Beneath its squared-off fenders lives the legendary 3.4-liter or 4.0-liter V6, engines that off-road clubs call anvils with spark plugs. Owners routinely clock 300,000 miles while towing jet skis, crawling rocky trails, and still making Monday's school run. Because the drivetrain is shared with Tacoma pickups, parts are everywhere and surprisingly cheap. Suspension bushings, timing belts, even entire transfer cases can be sourced for pocket change at truck junkyards. The only gremlin to stock these rigs is rust, especially on frames that lived in salty climates. Savvy buyers tap the frame with a hammer. Solid thud equals go. Swiss cheese crunch equals walk away. Find a clean one and you've got an SUV that may outlast your driveway. If the 4Runner is a mountain goat, the Subaru Forester is a snow leopard. Models from 2006 to 2010 pair Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive with a 2.5-liter boxer engine that keeps the center of gravity low and the cabin confidence high. All-weather traction is so good that northern state mail carriers have quietly adopted old Foresters as unofficial service vehicles. Real-world reports show odometers spinning past 220,000 miles on unchanged drivetrains. The rumor mill will tell you every older Subaru pops a head gasket. In truth, most second-gen Foresters had the issue fixed under recall or preventative maintenance, and an updated MLS gasket solves it for good. Keep oil changes regular, monitor coolant, and the engine just drones on like a reliable generator. Add in 22 miles per gallon combined, roof rack mounting points, and a rear hatch that swallows mountain bikes, and you've got a go-anywhere wagon that's as practical as it is persistent. Two off-road legends, two very different personalities. Toyota's body-on-frame brute and Subaru's nimble snow hunter. Yet both share the same stubborn refusal to quit. But durability isn't just for gas-guzzling tanks. Up next is the hybrid pioneer that rewrote every rule about longevity, quietly racking up taxi fleet records while sipping fuel like an Econobox. Stick around. The final pick may be the most shocking endurance champ of them all. Meet the 2004 to 2009 Toyota Prius, an unassuming wedge that taxi drivers in New York and Vancouver have flogged past 600,000 miles, often on the original hybrid battery. Fleet records confirm it. Tow truck operators hate it. The secret is how the gas engine and electric motor tag team the workload. By letting the 1.5-liter four-cylinder nap during stops and low-speed cruising, Toyota slashed engine wear to a fraction of what traditional drivetrains endure. Owners routinely replace brakes at 150,000 miles because regenerative braking does half the stopping for free. Fuel economy? 45 to 50 mpg, even when the battery is more than a decade old. And replacement packs, once a wallet-busting nightmare, now start around $1,500, flat rate installed, thanks to a flood of refurbished units. Reports claim some high milers lose a cell or two around the 10 to 15-year mark. A quick module swap revives the pack at a cost less than a single timing belt job on most SUVs. The doubters said complex electronics would doom early hybrids. Reality check. Consumer Reports found Gen 2 Pry with over 200,000 miles still driving almost like new. Tighter steering and quieter cabins than many gas-only rivals with half the mileage. Even skeptics concede that the planetary gear set, which replaces a conventional transmission, has virtually no wear items. No clutch packs, no belts, no staged gears to grenade. Just a steel epicycle whirring away in a bath of transmission fluid. It's mechanical minimalism disguised as cutting-edge tech. Yes, batteries can wear, and yes, in rare cases inverter coolers need a $200 pump. But when the worst-case scenario costs less than a month of big truck fuel, it's hard to call that risky. The result? A car that delivers luxury-class smoothness, economy car running costs, and diesel truck longevity in one oddly shaped package. Drop your stories in the comments.